my wings. 'Cause you are the wind beneath my wings. Oh, wind beneath my wings, you.
Well, I got a whole lot of new clothes, and incidentally, dark I feel I look better in, and on the dark, the progressive neo classic scarf looks better, I think. Only dark is also kind of the darkness that, let's say, I live in, and I see a lot of people living in darkness. Because there's some issues that need to be resolved, and so this one is for Mr. Bruns, because Mr. Bruns, I feel he is being forced upon me. I must accept his services. I'm forced to have him control my life, and yet I'm not allowed to force anybody to experience my good news that I have, that would make your life so much better. And of course I know that with something that is different and new, people are scared. So I'm scared too, because the system that's in place is allowed to do a lot of stuff against me. I will only speak for myself, that I never thought was possible in a democracy, social world here, Christian. I don't know what part is Christian, with not doing anything for me. Now, Mr. Bruns was here in my apartment together with police officer Opitz, and he told us that he will buy insurance for me, which I had asked him to buy already back in December of 2014. But he refused. So 2 bikes have been stolen since I asked him to buy the insurance. Now a bike was stolen again, and even though Mr. Bruns promised he would buy the insurance, he didn't, and so I feel that he's responsible to pay me a new bike, because he hasn't done his job. That's just for starters. There's a lot of things that went on with Deutsche Bank. I'm being paid from America now, all on false information, and I can look here, because I kind of put the documents together that I will also present to the police, where it says that I was disabled in America as of October 1st, 2000. Now in October 1999 I stopped working, and haven't been working until I came back to Germany on March 13th, 2003. So on October 1st, 2000, I wasn't working, I was not insured, so I wonder what doctor certified that I was disabled. That cannot possibly, have been normal, to decide that I was disabled back then, because the only reason I could have been disabled was because of mental issues, which in America, Dr. Barbara Howell released me healthy. She didn't say I needed any more psychological care or any kind of medication. I didn't need anything then. And when I returned back here in Germany, I came back with 4 suitcases and with $1,200 in my pocket, which I didn't declare to the social security thing here, to Hartz IV. So I received welfare here in Germany. I was lying, because the system, forces me to. I mean, I try to make the best of it. I also received $63,000 from my ex-husband as a settlement, which a lawyer, an attorney here in Germany, she fought my mother because my mother had her thumb on it and controlled my money, just like Mr. Bruns is now controlling my money. So the two of them really get along, because they whatever they feel they need to hide. I have no idea, what the pleasure is in controlling a human being who knows more than they do, and so it's really just for me to shut up. Now, the attorney that fought for the money from my mother, she got it. There was about 10,000 euros left over, which I received in cash because the government wasn't allowed to see it. So of course I took it. Could care less at that time because I wanted to get as much as possible because I had nothing in my apartment. So I bought the closet from IKEA from that, and I bought the couch, and I bought a shelf, and things, so I look I live halfway decent, and I feel good about myself. And so there were a lot of illegal things being done, which I all shared with Mr. Bruns. It's all okay, he's a lawyer. Everything is okay, that was done wrong in the past, and even though I informed him, and yet I also went into all kinds of programs here in Bremen, how to deal with mental illness and how to get a job. And then we were all taught in all programs, if we ever go apply for a job, we need to lie about the mental illness. Now, Mr. Bruns said that he cannot take out insurance for me because I'm mentally ill, and he's an attorney. So now he's a legal guardian, and he must do everything by the book. But then in the programs, we get taught we need to lie. So really weird system. Can you tell how it's contradictory? And apparently he can't take out bike insurance because the insurance will say that I'm mentally ill, so I'm not entitled to get any refund for the money for the bike that I bought, like everybody else out there. What kind of logic is that? I had a lock. I attached it to the grill of a window, so it was attached to the house. And obviously there were people with deadbolts, and they cracked the lock open, and that 4 times. And today, I had an appointment with 2 police officers to arrange for a way to catch the thieves, because obviously they're going to be, it's a sure hit. They're going to take if I have a new bike again, they will come again and they'll take it. So they catch them. So that's a good news. But then the 2 police officers didn't show up. I don't have a telephone because Mr. Bruns is not buying me my iPhone that I wanted to. I had 2 landline phones that within 3 years they both broke. So I decided I don't want another landline. I want the iPhone because I also need a new camera, and I need a new way of filming. I'm not getting anything from this guy, even though I have the money. And I just don't find that okay. Now from Deutsche Bank, I lost my bank card last year, August 1st. I found out because I needed to pick up my money. So I went to the bank, and they said that I need to go to the legal guardian. I sent him I still had a phone then. I sent him at least 3 emails telling him that I need a replacement. And I called about 3-4 times as well, as a backup. Then on August 8th, I was told that a replacement was ordered, which I never received. I kept going to Deutsche Bank, and they told me, they sent it out. And then I found out after a while that Mr. Bruns does not allow for me to have a bank card anymore. So I have no way of knowing what the balance in my bank account is. Now Mr. Bruns also decided that I'm not allowed to have more than 500 euros from my American money. And he gave this to me in writing, and it said on there, if Deutsche Bank gives me anything more than 500 euros, it will have legal ramifications for them. He will prosecute them legally. Well, I wanted to work with $1 in my project, so I went to the bank and I said, I want to buy $1 with the money that I received. They said, well, we can only deduct it from your account. I said, well, okay, if that's possible. So now I found out I can go over the 500. So the next day I go back, and I buy two $100 bills as a gift to my kids because I haven't given them anything in years. So all right, so now I got $201 from Deutsche Bank. So I thought, great. So I wanted to have everything that I had from America, the entire back pay, which was $43,700, I think. So they told me that Mr. Bruns, without my consulting, put this into a savings account, and they need 3 months notice to take that money out. But I was allowed to receive 2,000 euros a month. So I said, all right, I'll take the 2,000. The next month I go again, and I got another 2,000. So now somehow it worked out that the twice the 2,000 euros came on one statement, and then I received a letter from Mr. Bruns. Well, Deutsche Bank gave you too much money, and so from now on you come to my office to pick up your money. Now that's twice as far for me to walk there, and I need to pick up my American money from this. I'm sorry, I can, it's like Bruns and Associates, abbreviated AS, and AS, means donkey. It means something else too. I really feel more like that, because I need to walk there. I'm 56 years old. Now my bike is stolen. It's twice as far as Deutsche Bank. Then I need to go to Deutsche Bank and get my money from there. Now, Deutsche Bank, they just said, well, we didn't put this into the computer, and they got away with it. There was no legal ramifications for them whatsoever. I'm being punished because Deutsche Bank gave me my American money. Now, how crazy is that? Then Mr. Bruns told me I'm not allowed to contact you, Dr. Zetsche, at Daimler, but I could contact Nissan and Honda and Toyota. That's okay. But if I contact Daimler, that's mental. Now that's, is Mr. Bruns on your payroll? Is he your spokesperson? Is he making your business decisions? I wonder. Now this to me it just makes me angry. And then there was another thing. Mr. Bruns sent me from the Senate here. I was not allowed to enter that building anymore. Now that's the only building, the only official building that I never entered without an invitation. And they told me that I was never, for as long as I live, I'm never allowed to enter that building anymore because I was a nuisance. I was invited. I never did anything in there. Then, I received that email, by the way, at silkewuders@gmail.com. Now, on the letter from Mr. Bruns, it said instructions to his secretary to send it to silkewuders 15@hotmail.com. Now I didn't receive it at hotmail.com, so I received it about like 4 or 5 months later because I really just by a coincidence I checked that account. I don't use this anymore. So even the Bruns and Associates make mistakes, and that's okay. They can make mistakes. But me, I need to be 100% perfect, and then I still need to be guarded because, I need to fit the system because the system says that once mentally ill, always mentally ill. And there's just no way, that's it, I'm stuck. So, I'm trying to make this good. Well, I was also threatened by Mr. Bruns that, the FBI was going to be contacted and Verfassungsschutz because of you, Dr. Zetsche, you were scared. So if you're scared, why don't you get somebody to protect you, unless you're paying Mr. Bruns, is he guarding you too? Is he your legal guardian, Is he also controlling everything in your life? I mean, what kind of a system is this? I could go on and on and on and on. I guess, Mr. Bruns, I'm just not done yet. The one thing that I will fit into this thing here still is that there's... you threatened me, to prosecute me, to press charges against me, and then also punish me because I put a tape on YouTube that you feel is infringing upon your privacy. Well, you know what? If it really is, then please also sue YouTube, right? And have them also then be turned off their internet connection, just like you threatened, for me to have my internet connection turned off because there's something that I said about you that you don't like. Now you tell me, Mr. Bruns, which part of what I'm sharing here is not true, because it's all true. You prove this to me, and then I'll take it off YouTube. But everything I say is happening, and I have witnesses, I have documentation. I can prove all of this, and I'm not done yet. One more. Let me go one more round.